All right, we talking about a stinker boys. We talking about smell, and the smell. We gotta have a big old snoozer of kiss, little dainty lips. We don't really need those that much, okay? And then kind of up here, kind of like we got our living tissue, of course, up in our snoozer, and we got our convolutions in our nasal passageway, and of course we got our nose hair tendrils. And as you get older, these boys, every now and then, snake way out like that. JK Lil's not that far. All right, and then our skull. We got our hard skull up there too. And this, we got a special little boy up in here, all the way from when we was fish, really, like that. And then it kind of dipped down. Kind of dip down a few little tendrils. And this part of our freaking brain right here. This is called our olfactory. That means smell. Olfactory bulb. Right? It looks like a little bulb. And what happens is we got like a little let's say we got a little flower down here. This got a set of 4 leaves, so this would obviously be a dicot. You all know that. You don't. You've not. I've not taught you that. It's dicotyledon. Its first little leaves. It's got 2 of them, and it's got some little, scent molecules. And those little scent molecules, work its way from down there. It's releasing some kind of tiny little molecule that comes up through your nasal passage. And it actually bumps into the olfactory bulb. All right. So once again, it's another thing bumping into another freaking thing. And what we're going to do, we're going to zoom in on this and kind of draw a detailed little version of this. So the olfactory bulb would be made up of like little neurons with their little butts kind of hanging down like so, right? That's one. Draw a little better. That'd be 2. That boy actually looks a little goofy. That's okay though. And let's see how we do with this one. I'm just kind of, Picassoing my way through life at this point. I just had the realization that I'm the Bob Ross of biology. I still don't know how that feels. It's been a hard news Sunday for me. Okay. And a nucleus for each. Boop, that boy got some cake in the bag. Okay. So these would be like the axons. Axon. Axon, axon. And this would go to the brain. To the brain. Really, we're already in the brain. You know what? I'm not even going to put that there. Okay, so these send signals in this direction. That's how we'll do it. Signals. I like that better. Okay. And in between all this, there is bone. So there's bone and like little passageways. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit just so I can draw the bone a little thicker, like bone be. Something like that. Like that's part of our skull, up in our nose. So this would be bone. That's the axon. These would be the dendrites because they receive signal, okay? And then poking down through the bone. Let's draw this down here. Draw a little thinner now. And we'll make it one little section thicker. Okay. Let's say something like this. But okay. And this all in here would be connective tissue. So this has got cells in it, of course, but it's mostly like matrix. So this is connective tissue. Connective tissue. Okay. My speller really ain't working. And then down in here, we're going to have some cells. And some of these are going to be specialized little boys. They look very similar to your taste cells, but they're slightly different. Draw that one a little thicker and just kind of cheaty there. And something like that. And we'll do another one. And something like this. And we'll do another one. Okay. What I'm going to do is going to come back in here and draw me some different color cells in here. Like so. Alright. And this boy going to snake a little axon all the way up to there. And then over here we'll do a little pinker boy. You're gonna snag it up here. Let's say. Boom. And another. A snag. Hooking up on the body. That's okay though. And last but not least, we got this blue boy. And he's snaggy over here too. Boom. Boom. Alright. Blue nucleus. Green nucleus. Pink nucleus. And a red nucleus. And then a gray. A gray. Okay? So these guys also got little receptors for detecting particles. Very similar to taste. Bloop, bloop. It's like little antenna. And they will send their signals. Signal on up. Okay? All right. These are your olfactory receptor cells. Okay? And you have approximately 400 receptor proteins. That's pretty crazy. So 400 different unique individual molecules is what we can detect. But combinations of those kind of together means we can recognize combination of those receptor proteins. We can recognize thousands of different smells. Like just think about how many smells we can differentiate, like between lavender and rubbing alcohol and mold, fresh clothes, soap. Like there's just so many different smells, and one of them is this, and we'll do this in a dirty color. It's poop. right? We all know the smell of poop. What's happening when you smell something, for example, a nice poop, like so. These little particles of it are coming up into your nose, like we said, and they're binding to things, right? It's a particle bumping into a receptor protein. Okay? This is actually connected to your brain. It goes right up into through your skull. And this is part of your brain. So what this means is that when you smell poop, you are actually touching it with your brain. That's a fun thing to know. When you smell poop, ooh, we live in a great area for that. Ooh, Merced, California. Y'all, bruh. Oh, I love touching cow poop with my brain. Okay? Smells are very tightly associated with memories. The memory center, your hippocampus, are tightly associated with memories. So they can trigger you to think of things in memories. And so every time you smell poop, I want you to remember and think that really what you're doing is touching it with your brain. Okay? You will never forget that one. You'll forget everything else from this class, but you will never forget that when you smell poop, you are touching it with your brain. All right, one last little thing is smell. I mentioned this, but smell incorporates with taste. Like we're going to do an experiment where you plug your nose and then you try to like guess flavors, and it's way harder because flavors only have 5 or 6 different things we can taste. But smells, we can smell up to thousands of different unique smells, and we have over 400 different receptors. It incorporates with taste. It enhances it. Smell expands our taste. So if you're sick, things don't taste as good. And also, smell is the only sense that doesn't go through the thalamus. The thalamus is kind of like the sensory routing station, input, output. It does other things as well, of the brain. Let me go back here and just show you back to the nervous system. Yeah. Down here, we go to the brain. Good old thalamus, sensory input relay station. All of your senses except for smell go here. So smell doesn't need to go there. It's all just kind of done right here in the brain at the olfactory bulb. All right, that's it for smell. I'll see you guys in sight. Oops. You know, right down here actually. The things that come out of there, I like to touch it with my brain. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.